I'm John Boucher. Have you noticed that there are less and less people at Christmas and Easter and throughout the year in our churches? My wife and I have devised a process to reach out to people who are on the edges of the church and beyond, called Christmas Carol Festival. Christmas Carol Festival uses Christ-centered Christmas carols to help people get in touch with their relationship with Him. It has three parts, as illustrated in this tree: preparation, proclamation, and preservation. But the whole point of Christmas Carol Festival is to reach out and invite people closer to Jesus and the church.
The preparation phase begins in the summertime. It involves preparing the parish to put ads in a lot of different places where people might see them, and not just the bulletin, emails, and the parish website, wherever you can find your connection with people who might not be going to church on a regular basis.
Can you hear the angels sing? Come join us.
The preparation phase also involves training people in ways to invite their family and friends to come and sing Christmas carols during the month of December. The proclamation phase is the festival itself and relies very heavily on music. Music, we know, can touch people's hearts as well as their minds. And you notice these ribbons go all through because the message of Jesus is meant to permeate the whole festival. And the proclamation of the good news of Jesus Christ, who has come into our world to redeem us. We might begin with some kind of a sharing at the start of the festival, like this silly card here. And we would ask people, are you closer to bah humbug or joy to the world today? And then if they like, they would share their response with someone nearby.
Bah! Humbug! I didn't start my shopping yet.
The proclamation phase also involves witnesses, where people share ways that they have felt close to God, especially at Christmas time.
My parents loved babies. They put the three of us on a Christmas card. But I wasn't quite as convinced because I was the oldest, and every time there was another baby, all the way up to 6 of us, I had mixed feelings. This continued into adulthood when John and I had our first 2 children. When the third child came along, God began to help me with this. First of all, my mother died during this pregnancy, and I really had to face my own worth and the worth of each of my children. The second thing that happened was that this little child was born on Christmas Eve. I realized each baby was the brother or sister of Jesus, the infant Jesus. Each baby was saved by that same Jesus.
And the proclamation phase also involves an actual movement towards the manger, returning to the birth of Jesus and hearing the angels sing. There might be an actual procession in which the baby is placed in the manger. Some parishes use a much larger manger. This is a simple manger that you can use to display a lifelike Jesus. And the last part of the proclamation phase is inviting people to come back for Christmas Mass, to come back after Christmas.
The Christmas Carol Festival event is really just the hinge of a whole process of evangelization. Right up here, the proclamation. And we need to work on following up with people after the Christmas Carol Festival in preservation. The planning for the preservation phase of Christmas Carol Festival needs to take place during the preparation phase. We want to make it clear to people that God invites them back to himself again and again and again. At Christmas Mass, at other events in the parish. And so we have some suggestions about what you might use for follow-up. One of them is what we call a Three Kings Festival, where, very much like the Christmas Carol Festival, they sing Christmas carols and welcome the three kings who came to find Jesus. Another possibility afterwards is to have a Bible study, perhaps on the infancy narratives in the Gospels, or on the titles of Jesus. A third possibility that's suggested is what we call Jesus in January. People can bring their cell phones, their schedules, and whatever other devices they use, their iPads, to be blessed. We have a lot of resources available for you to do Christmas Carol Festival. One of the most important is the Christmas Carol Festival Guidebook. It's available on Amazon.com, and also it connects with a website, www.christmascarolfestival.com. There's a DVD that gives you more resources that you can use, as well as publicity, explanations of different parts of the Christmas Carol Festival, and even the witnesses of different churches that have used Christmas Carol Festival. In the very short time the Christmas Carol Festival has been going on, as much as 6,000 people a year in over 20 churches are using it. And as we develop more resources, we will be glad to include them on the website and Facebook.
So this is the Christmas Carol Festival process. Inviting people to hear the voice of God through Christmas carols. Everyone listens to music, or almost everyone. Everyone has favorite music and playlists. But are there any songs about Jesus in these places? Jesus, the most important good news, the most important love letter that God has ever sent us.